Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the 80/60 rule. I'm Mark and I'm 60.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg, and I'm 80.
Nice to see you, Greg.
Nice.
All right.
Likewise, Mark.
Are you staying warm? It was pretty bitter, like
It was
windy.
windy out there. I just was out. It was windy. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
The
couldn't get
sun
my zipper up. I had more troubles with zippers.
did you didn't get arrested out there, did you?
No,
Okay. All right, good. Got to be careful. Uh it's a scene right out of
I mean, I don't like. Yeah.
the something anyway, okay. Just tell me what's on your mind.
A lot of things. First of all,
It's getting
my
your zipper up.
my
All right.
deepest sympathy, and may he rest in peace. I I was born in Chester, Pennsylvania, which is outside of Philadelphia, on 9th Street, and 3 blocks away. I used to see my parents would see his parents, and then I would say hello to him sometimes. He was older than me, 9 years older than me, and I knew he was trying to be an acting. Well, the person met was John Anastasakis, and he's known by not as him must be. He's known by his daughter Jennifer Aniston and John Aniston. It was a pleasure to see him. I'm looking at him as pictured in the New York Times, and it says after the family immigrated to Chester, Pennsylvania, he and his brothers and sister worked alongside their parents at the diner they ran. I don't remember the diner, but I remember he went to Penn State for theater. And I remember his mother would say to me, "What's he doing trying to go to New York City?" And
Wait,
and
his mother would say to you?
yeah. What's he
Yeah.
get like? What's And I would say, well, I said, well, that's what he wants. I kind of remember that like
Yeah.
50 years ago. I try to remember but I remember my mother would say to me when I graduated from college, she says, "What is it where you're doing? Which social work you're doing? Going in people's homes? So you're doing just go to people. What is that?" But then when I was happened to be with the Illinois Restaurant Association, she says, "What are you doing? You're just going to people's restaurant kitchens."
Mm.
She says, "Could you get a job that I can understand and not what you're doing?"
Yeah.
So it goes way back, and it's just like a local kid, a local guy to make it in the big time. He
Yeah.
played over so many years. Um, Started in 1985, along the Days of Our Lives, as Victor Kiriakis. So it's with great pride that I say this, and may you rest in peace, John. I'd like to say that thing. Thank you for giving me the time to be able to say that.
That's very nice.
Another thing things that come to my mind in the newspaper, I think it's worthy to talk about. Did you realize that we now reached 8 billion people in the world?
How many billion?
8 billion people.
8 billion.
8
Yeah.
billion, please.
Yeah.
Um,
Traffic was pretty heavy tonight, I know. So I believe it.
yeah. And what they say, slowing growth rates in populations such as China and the US, that's called some alarm, slowing growth rates. But in poor nations, um, birth rates are rising. They're
Oh, okay.
already, so it's interesting. Um, 8
What's
billion people.
like what's considered? I mean, I think if I had to list like the poorest nations of the world, but like
Sub-Saharan Africa.
okay, so that's what I was. Yeah, okay, all right.
And it said the trend is expected to become even more pronounced, like more poverty and more children. So 8 billion people. Um,
Wow.
what was that? I just thought of that. What was the Dragnet when you say law and 8 million? My gosh.
What?
What was the detective show years ago?
Oh, well, that like
This is your city.
I'm going to be off here, but it was like there's 3 million people in the city of Los Angeles.
This is your city.
A lot of them are criminals. My job, I think it was Dragnet.
Dragnet. Yeah.
Jack Webb, right?
That's right.
Those old black and white things, man.
Yeah.
Just the facts, man.
Yeah. Let me also. This is interesting. This is in Chicagoland, but I think it's interesting.
No, wait, let me change it. It was the Naked City. Like there's a
The
million
Naked
stories.
City.
Yeah, there's a million stories in the Naked City or something like that.
Story. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
All right, go ahead.
yeah. Man, are we sure we're 80 and 60 or are we 110 or something like that?
Where you-
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Do we know anything about the future? We just know the past.
Yeah. We're not, we don't really know the past either. Because a couple weeks ago, we were trying to remember the characters on Friends. We couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
go ahead.
in Chicagoland, we have a grocery store called Jewel Osco Jewel. Osco's a drug company with them, and we have a um, it was the Mariano's. Mariano's was bought out by Kroger several years ago. Now Kroger and Jewel Osco have merged, or merging, and I wonder how it's going to be with the grocery business. I wonder if there'll be more Kroger, more Mariano's now. I wonder if they'll make some jewel places, some jewel stores into Mariano's. Who knows? It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting what the future was going to look like. Any
Yeah.
comments on that? Anything?
Well, yeah, the only guy you could kind of it's kind of weird because there's these big canopies of companies, meaning like this company owns these names,
Yeah,
and so this company has this many store locations under that umbrella, this many under this name.
yeah.
Gets really confusing, and it's
I should tell our subscribers, Jewel Osco is Albertsons.
yeah, see, that's
Sorry
exactly.
about that.
Yeah. All right.
It's just interesting. And now another one, it's interesting. I'm glad she's going to jail because she conned a lot of people, including George Shultz, James Mattis, Jim Mattis, the former Secretary of Defense, Elizabeth Holmes with her company Theranos for prison term for fraud, 11 years. She's getting 11 years. Um, her idea was to, she said, with healthcare, does not require just a few drops of blood. It was a con job.
Yeah.
11 years. And it's interesting how she had a lot of people that wrote letters on her behalf,
Right.
it didn't do any good.
Yeah.
Cory Booker, Senator Booker wrote a letter.
On her behalf, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting.
Hold on 1 second. Alexa, what's that Elizabeth Holmes movie about Theranos?
I watched that.
Alexa, there was a movie about Elizabeth Holmes. What was the title?
It's a 2019 documentary film about Elizabeth Holmes and
Nah.
her former company.
Alexa, stop. Have you seen the movie?
I cannot remember if I saw it.
Yeah, you should. Okay, if you okay, I can't remember the title.
I think I saw it, but I can't say yeah.
Well, pull it up on your TV and see it and go like, oh, I didn't see this. If you didn't see it, watch it because it's really good about Elizabeth Holmes. Okay, go ahead.
Another thing I'd like to talk about, I mean, just to mention, and I'm very happy. The Iranians, the students, etc. They attacked Khomeini's home, he's not with us anymore, protesting the killing of children and teenagers. Those students are not stopping. And I tell you this, I don't know when in the next year, 3 years or 5 years, this is going to change.
Yeah.
These students are going to make a change.
Yeah.
You can't be going around 2023 acting like it's 1020, whatever. Just making that up.
1020, 1021. Well,
Yeah.
But no, you're right. Yeah, great sentiments. And I think your prediction is going to prove correct. That a year from now, and it's really led by not just the students, but the female students.
Yes, exactly. It's just they're having ready for this seed, planting the seed.
Yeah, there you go. Very good.
That's really good. Well, I don't know what the heck that's lead to the way I'm saying it, but they're planting the seed.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's,
You know, you can't have this stuff. People got to be free. So,
right.
so glad. Shout out to the Iranian students.
All right, good.
Another thing that now this disappointed me, really disappointed me. And I questioned. You give a guy. This happened outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. All of you, a guy, a 40-year-old guy, drove his SUV to a crowd. 70. It was. They got about 76 charges, including 6 counts of first degree intentional homicide and 61 counts of reckless danger. He's going to be good for life in jail. This is why, again, I question the electric chair. He's going to be there. How many years? For his life. He's 40 years old. All right. I just wonder what we're doing something.
So you're saying he should be
Yeah.
executed?
I think that he's just rolling. He saw these people. That's murder. That's murder.
Yeah, and
He's
also
not using a
the
gun, he's using a car.
and also the the no remorse. I mean, so
A life sentence. It's just
it's like it's the old we gotta pay taxes for this guy for the next 40, 50 years. That's as opposed to just taking him off the books.
I'm gonna say kill, but to say it's got to be recognized over and over again that it was he or she did it. But like I remember I saw a movie. Let me just Kaczynski and the guy Kaczynski, the bomber, and the guy from Atlanta. They're next to each other in jail.
Ted Kaczynski
and
who?
I forgot his name just now.
You said Bowser from Sha-Na-Na?
No. He was the
Wait, Ted Kaczynski and
this guy was the
Boston bomber?
No, the Atlantic bomber.
Oh, okay. Ted.
Not Ted.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Ted Kaczynski and
they're right next to each other.
Okay. Wow.
That was the movie said. So that's just great. I'm not saying, but it's just like, come on, everybody. Let's go to something like sports. Hey, can we do that?
Subject. Yeah.
What do you think of this? And I say this for any team. I read, being a Chicago guy too, I read where there's a new hitting coach for the Chicago Cubs. New hitting coach. And he is having 3 assistants. I question that.
Yeah. So the new hitting. Well, no, you know what? Let's figure that out.
There's pros and cons of that, but
here. So he's the hitting coach.
Right.
You're going to have 3 assistants. One, I think, is going to focus on physical training, meaning actually hitting the ball. The second one's going to focus on digital research. I'm just making this up. I'm just trying to see if I can research, analyzing swing, overlapped over swing, from 6 months ago or whatever, just looking at data like that. And then the third guy, I don't know, what does he do? What would the third guy do?
I don't know. You're making this up, so it's on you.
All right, the third guy would set up a date for him when the next town they're going into. So he's the traveling secretary for him.
And it's interesting. And they said another guy was the first base coach who knows about hitting. Can also give guidance when he sees something.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you bet.
So they're going to get input from him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's just knowledge. Anyway, what I'm saying is maybe it's not a bad idea, but it's kind of like the grocery store thing that we were talking about. We got this one, and we got this one. In this case, we got this hitting instructor, and then off of him is this guy. Those roles weren't there 20 years ago. They're there now, to be more
No,
competitive.
no. Yeah, yeah. It's something that how baseball or other sports are growing differently. It's like I just thought of this on the football and NFL and all that. I always thought that the middle linebacker was the greatest
Yeah.
because they were demanding and they were good. They were hitters like an LT guy, Lawrence Taylor. Um, I got into it by the Giants fan. I remember Sam Huff.
Yeah. Singletary from the old times, and then
Singletary,
Urlacher.
Butkus, yeah, Urlacher. Those days now. Now, I don't know who's the.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who's the dynamic person like.
Yeah.
Or this also the signal caller was the big deal. I don't know. Who knows who's calling the signals now?
Right. Right. Yeah.
How things change, huh, Mark?
Yeah. It's a whole thread of people coming down to one decision each play. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just interesting how you got to go with the times, or it's just interesting.
Yeah. You fall back fast. Things accelerate in terms of preparation and creativity, because you're always trying to reinvent the game. When you're a coach, you're trying to figure out what play can I come up with that's going to gain some yards.
Well, I know I've changed. I don't say that anymore. I used to say, "Oh boy, that was a great hit." Whoa, boy, what a great hit! I don't want to say that anymore.
Right now,
somebody's going to get hurt doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's enough that they just stopped them before the first down. It doesn't have to be a hit that knocks somebody out. As fans, we're happy with just the outcome of the play, not the brutality of the play.
No, here it is with football. What is it when I hear now? What was that? Who was playing? They were more physical than their opponent.
Oh, yeah.
Physicality is a big word. Physicality. I kept hearing that.
I would say they're probably all physical, but then these guys might be, got 4 or 5 guys mixed into this that are just kind of lazy, last up,
yeah,
from a pile, walking off instead of running off at the end of the quarter, you know what I mean, or half, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. That visually translates into they're not as physical as these guys over here who are on point with everything, because it's a.
You ever do this? I do this. I see some guys sometimes at a health club or whatever, and they're really big, like, I don't know, 6'6", 2'6", whatever. You say, boy, how could I ever block him?
Go low.
Yeah, go low. Yeah, that would be a penalty.
Listen, do it in the showers, since he's not wearing any shoes, and you take him out at the knees. It's slippery. He's going to go down.
But it's all technique.
If you could report back to us on how that goes, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. No, it's all technique, isn't it, Mark? It's all technique.
Yes.
How somebody can use their one arm just to, like, it was on TV the other day. He just
Yeah. Do you think that now defensive backs are more dynamic than middle linebackers? Or is it just because with the excellent television coverage, now we see the up close shots of batting a ball down, when they go for a.
Yeah. I don't know. I know if I were a player, could be any player, I think I would be a free safety, because feeling that, remember with Deion Sanders, you didn't throw his area.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the ultimate respect for me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If they stayed away from your coverage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that doesn't really come up during a telecast. Maybe they might mention, they're staying away from so and so over there, but I'd love to see how many plays in a row they haven't thrown his way. Things like that.
I mean, I remember the guy from Baltimore, then he went to the Jets. Big guy, I can't remember the names now.
Right.
It was good. On sports,
Alexa, what's the name of the guy Greg's trying to remember? Nothing.
Let me just say, for everyone, I'm not going to watch it. soccer in the World Cup starts tomorrow, November 20th, in Qatar. Going to be by Fox on Fox. So those I know there's
You
a
just said
lot
you're
of.
not gonna watch it?
No, I never watch soccer.
Okay. I bet you like at some point as things kind of wind down in terms of like reaching the championship, you might take in a game or two because it gets pretty exciting. That yeah, I'm not a soccer guy either. It's like okay, but this type of soccer is stuff that I'll watch, um, to see who wins the World Cup. But
Yeah, okay,
all right.
I'll try,
Well,
but
I'll report back to you and tell you if the US wins.
let me tell you another. Let me give you another. I watched the game last night. The Bulls. No, not the Bulls. 76ers against the Bucks. And I like Giannis. I like the Greek Freak. All right, and he missed. He did like 4 out of 15 foul shots. He was terrible.
Wow.
And I'm just saying he has. He bounces the ball maybe 6 times or what he used to or whatever. He takes a breath and all that. Sometimes you say he's thinking too much.
Yeah. Yeah. Analysis is paralysis, right?
Yeah. Somebody I know said that. Yeah, it's just interesting. Well, I don't know. That's about it for me here.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. That was some good stuff. All right. And
Yeah.
anytime I hear you say the phrase "the Greek Freak," that's worth the price of admission right there. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, well,
So
he's really good, but it's just how he could shoot 3-pointers
yeah.
and a foul shot, But I'll never forget that I went to a gym. I go to a gym about several years ago. I'm at the gym. I said, let me shoot, and I'll go start off foul shots. I always liked basketball. So I go and I shoot the ball, and the ball doesn't even hit the net. And I was really embarrassed. I'll never forget. I looked around the court to see if anybody's watching me because I could not believe I could not even hit the net. And my wife or my daughter would say to me, "What do you want for your Christmas present for birthday?" You know what I would ask her? I would say, "Can you come to the gym with me and retrieve the ball?" So I don't have to keep getting the ball because it's tiresome to go get the ball every time. I want to be in one position so I can make some foul shots. And I said a couple of times, I'm not leaving until I make some shots. I'm not leaving this court until I make shots. Because I was so
Did they come through or no?
a little bit, but I said I wasn't putting enough.
No. Did they come and retrieve the ball?
No, as I said, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
That's not a gift.
Okay.
Like I used to ask her, she said, I said, can you help me with a computer? She says, that's not a gift. I said, it is for me.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's what can I get you for your birthday? Help me with the computer. That's not it is for you. Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. Always good stuff. Nice to see you. Okay, have
Well,
a great week.
I think happy Thanksgiving to ours and everybody's listening. Thank you, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
For taking
Thank
your
you.
time out of a busy schedule to listen to an 80-year-old and 60-year-old talk
Right. Or try to talk.
or try to talk or think we talk.
All right. I'm gonna end it and I'll call you in about 10 minutes when the next one's ready for the
10
quiz.
minutes. Okay.